So that's my 2011 Tiguan. So we're just going to have a look underneath now. So I've got it jacked up. There's a jack and axle stand under the right hand side there. So that's one bolt that we need to get off, and the other one is the eccentric one which is there. So I've made a special tool to fit on my other jack I've got, and that goes into one of the holes on the inner part of the track control arm. So I'm going to be lowering it down from this one, hopefully far enough. There's going to be a bit of my wood there from where the jack's going to be on, lower it down. I hope I've got enough height. So I've marked the top of the eccentric bolt there with a pop ribbon. I'm just going to put a bit of I don't know what they call it now, that you use for correction fluid. Right, so I'll just leave it for there now. Just let me get a bit more sorted, and I'll come back to you when I've actually started to take the bolts out and drop it down. So hopefully I can get it past the silencer there. I should do, but the other side's a different story. I don't think. Can I get in there? Yeah, that's. I'll come back to that one. I'm going to have to lower the exhaust, I think, take it off at least like 3 rubber clamps and drop it, hoping it'll drop enough far down because it's quite high, this silencer. Right, I'll come back to you after that. Hi guys, right, we're back now under the car. I've taken the nut off the eccentric bolt at the back. And then now I was going to put the jack with this tool I made in there and then onto the jack. But when I'm jacking, it's starting to push that up there. Jack's like that there, then it goes like that. So I chickened out on that. So I've just jacking it where the centre of there's like I've made like a hard plastic recess to go in the jack. And that's just to say going in that hole inside there, so that ain't going to slip out. And I've just jacked it up a little bit, and it's just taken the weight off this outer bolt. So I'm just taking the nut off that now, and then hopefully this should come out. I wouldn't care, I was here not long ago putting this new shocks on, so I should have done it all at the same time. Well, I didn't have these, I didn't have the control arms in, but I should have. So what I'm going to do now is take this, take the back nut off. Unfortunately, where my jack is, I can't get my socket on there to get my ratchet on to come down, and it's hitting the side of the control arm at the top there, so I can't hardly get any ratchet on it. So anyway, that should be that's the nut off. There's a nut off the outer track control arm bolt, the nut. Now this should turn fairly easy because I've got the weight off it. Yeah, there we are. So what I'm going to do is try and find the equilibrium. Just let me have just a good look around where I am. I'm just going to jack it a bit so it just takes the weight. I think I have jacked it a bit, but I don't want to go. Yeah, that's taking the weight off there, so that's too much. Let me just we'll take it off and then go back on again. So I just want to jack it so it's just starts to take the spring up. There we are, so we're there now. So hopefully that bolt should knock out. tell you what we're going to do. Just try and get my, see if I can get the ratchet up there. Oh yeah. See if it'll screw out. The thing with these control arms, they're actually slightly twisted. They're on a slight angle to where the, like the stub axle or where it is, and the inner rear axle stub axle mounting. I don't know why. I mean, they're both the same. They're slightly twisted, like out, down at the back, and they're both the same. So it's nothing to do. I think that's setting the angle there. That aluminium casting there, that's setting the angle of that. But there must be some reason for it. I have no idea. But I'm just going to keep on screwing this out, then I'll come back. Right, I've got the bolt out. That come out fairly easy. But what I had to do, I had to jack all this up to more or less level so it equals that side, because the torsion bar is pulling on the bolt, so it come out much easier if you jack it right up again to where it would have been if it was down on the tyres. And then load. So I load it down with my scissor jack at the front and my trolley jack just like in the middle, so it was quite safe. So I'm just on the way now, letting it down now, so a bit of each one at a time, and then I'm safe. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this. Right, so I'll pull that one out now, and still not quite off, but I'm hoping my jack's going to come down that bit more. Right, the jack's just come off now, so that was perfect. So I'm just going to pull the jack away now. Hope it doesn't drop off this bit of wood and onto my feet in the pit. So what we've got now, there's still the inner one, the nuts off that one, so that'll just knock out. And as I said, I've marked it with a pop, and I've just put some correction fluid on to know where it is. So the spring's slack now, and that's off now, so I'm just going to give that a little whack. No, I won't. I'm going to yeah, I'm going to have a go at knocking this one out now. So we're all set there. That looks all right. The bush in there looks fine. I'm just thinking whether to renew these bushes each side of the. This is the torsion bar. I can't remember what they call it now. Anti-roll bar. That's it. So right, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to just knock this out. Hopefully. There's my mash hammer, but I can't really, it's dead awkward to get at that. Right, I think what I'm going to have to, I'm just going to stop it. I want to take my jack in. Well, that didn't go very well, guys. I could not get the bolt out that's seized inside there. So what I've had to do, I've had to cut it off. So I've cut in there, and that's what's come off. Using this thin, it's quite a thin disc, but surprisingly it cut off quite quick. Hopefully it hasn't damaged anything, but I don't think it has. I think I had a little nick of the exhaust somewhere there, just a little nick. Can you see it? So now I've got to try and get the other. If I'm going to struggle, I'm just going to cut this off from there, if it's going to give me any hassle. So anyway, there's a bit off there. That's nice clean cut. So I'll come back to you when I've cut the other side. Right, okay. Well, we've got it off, guys. But that was one heck of a struggle. I'll show you what the thing's like. I had to cut it in half to actually get it off. But I haven't damaged any of the subframe, so that's good. I caught the exhaust a couple of times, but that's just like it's nothing. Right, so I'm not going to put any of this back together yet because I'm going to change the anti-roll bar bushes on both sides. I know they're probably alright, but they look a bit rough. I mean, they don't really move that much, do they? It's just a lot of torque in them. But yeah, I'm not... That looks a bit more or less in there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do while the spring's off. And there's no tension on there. So we'll see that. Right, so I'm going to switch it off. No, I'm not going to switch it off. I'm going to... I'm going to crawl out the pit for the little room I have to get in and out here. And then we'll show you what we've got. Right, so we'll get outside so we can see where we are. Right, there's a bit I had to cut off. That's the bit, so I've chopped that off there. And that's it there. And then I just cut on the inside each one off. So that was it is pretty shit. It's quite corroded in there where the spring goes on there. It's, I can just like have this hollow that's coming away. Yeah, so it definitely wanted changing. I mean, I didn't really change it for the bushes, I just changed it because I mean I painted that, put some underseal on that after before, but it that's just hiding all this shit. So yeah, well guys, finally got it on. It went on fairly easy actually, but yeah, I just need to get the wheel on, and then or I might just jack it up myself just to get it more or less level before I torque them two bolts up. So I think I've got the mark on from the old, if you can just see the pop marks a little bit because I've just turned it. So yeah, not bad, but I would think it's using the metal cutter under here is only for the brave or stupid. Alright, thanks guys.